Hey, good afternoon to wherever you might be watching us. Welcome here to the Los Alamitos.com preview show. I am your host, Jose Contreras, alongside the voice of Los Alamitos, Michael Runner. Michael, welcome on this Thursday afternoon. How you doing?
Doing fine, thank you, Jose. All is well in Huntington Beach.
That's good. Good to see your face and hear your voices again. Sorry for tell my condolences to Kathy. Sorry for that bad beat with the 49ers. As Mahomes, you can't beat him right now. He's too good. You got to knock him out. You give him a chance and he'll get you.
Yeah, and surely Mahomes' magic has to come out and win next time, right? The horse is so overdue, and that has to be the trigger to get that horse into the winner's circle.
Yes, so 49ers fans suffer another tough defeat there at the hands of the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, but it was an entertaining Super Bowl nonetheless. Let's talk about this weekend here at Los Al. We have the finals of the Grade 1 Los Alamitos Winter Derby and the Grade 1 Brad McKinzie Winter Championship. That'll be on Sunday, but Saturday's card has been drawn 9 races, and I like that you have a pick in the featured event, the Grade 1 Winter Derby. Before we go there, I thought it was a little bit of a funny photo that we had, because last week on the show, we don't have many matchups where we land on the same race but different horses. We had that scenario with you and Chris. You get the bragging rights, not for a win photo, but look at this photo. This is 1, 2, 3, the photo for 4th and 5th. You are on the 4, and you nostril out Chris Wade on the 6, Corruptor. So try harder the 4. Look at that photo for 4th.
Yeah, I think there was nothing more than about a nose between them the whole race, like they had their own private match race. And yeah, the grey horse on the inside finished second. The horse in the black with the white spots was third. It was a nose by a nose between 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And Try Harder in the middle of all of that ended up 4th, and Corruptor was a nose away 5th. So both horses were close to the money, just not quite good enough on the night. I suppose I win the bragging rights by the barest possible margin after we both had a pick in the same race.
Yeah, by a half a nostril, not even that. So bragging rights goes to you. I thought it was a good photo to show there.
I must add, mate, that Try Harder was a value play on my part off an 8-1 morning line, and I couldn't believe he went off 5-2 favourite. I wouldn't necessarily have picked him if I knew what the closing odds would be. But anyway, we record on a Thursday, and all we can go by is the morning line.
Yes, so that was a good selection. Did get bet down, and you're right. Got bet down to a very good price. The betting public liked a lot of the things you saw. So there it is. That's a cool photo to show how much was separating the selections of the show last week. But again, the winner was very, very, very easy winner in the end. Okay, let's bring it back here. Saturday night, 9 races. Grade 1, Los Alamitos Winter Derby, purse of $174,000. That will be race number 9, and that is what you have a selection for us this week.
Yeah, similar basis really to Try Harder last week, just looking at the relative odds and going off the morning line, because I did actually pick what turned out to be the fastest qualifier to the final on the preview show a few weeks ago, BP Cartel Policy. But I'm jumping off just at the relative odds because number 6, Rockin' With Energy, actually started favourite against BP Cartel Policy in the fastest trail of the night. And now you're going to be getting better odds. 4th pick on Ed's morning line at 9-2. And there was a lot of merit in the beaten performance of Rockin' With Energy. BP Cartel Policy was certainly impressive winning because he lugged in mid-race and he was very strong at the finish line. But I think the 6, Rockin' With Energy, can improve. In this trial, had gate number 3 and was swinging the head from side to side just before the gate opened, was off last. And the winner comes from the outside post.
You can see right there, BP on the outside, Rockin' With Energy, gate 3. Hesitation at the start. At this point, Rockin' With Energy had work to do.
Yeah, well, the 2 horse, watch the 2 start to shift out, and the 3 kind of shied and bumped the horse on her outside and got to weaving a little bit. Actually had her hind quarters turned briefly about mid-race there. It just went a little pear-shaped, but she finished it off well. She's good on the gallop out right there in the green and gold silks with the light blue cap. We'll take one more look because there was a fair bit happening past the gap. It was clear sailing for her early, and she caused her own problems by being the last horse out of the gate. But just as she was starting to lengthen stride, she just got put off, I think, Jose, by the two-horse shifting ground, maybe overreacted a little. She makes contact with the horse on her outside. There's a bit of sandwiching in the middle of the field there. The hind quarters were turned briefly, but I liked how she got back down to business and ran into a clear third and was good on the gallop out. So I think there's a lot to like about the beaten performance, while acknowledging how strong BP Cartel Policy was in winning the race.
I like that she didn't quit trying, even with that tight spot, the slight bump. I like that she kept battling. I think that's a positive sign for any backers that like her and yourself here at this point. And you're getting a much more healthier price of 9-2.
Yes. Now, this filly has never been out of the money in 6 career starts. She ran Political Rivalry to a neck in the final of the Edberg Million Futurity. She won a trial to the 2 million Futurity in November, beating Relief Factor, who is a 2-time winner since, including winning one of the maiden stakes trials here last weekend. And Luxury Brand was also behind her in that trial to the 2 million Futurity. He actually won one of the Winter Derby trials, but unfortunately was unable to take his place in the final this weekend. But there's a good form line for Rockin' With Energy out of that 2 million Futurity trial win. And she's a pretty classy, lightly raced filly. If she can get out of the gate, I think she's got a chance at 9-2 to make her presence felt. Keep in mind, she was a nominee for champion PCQHRA 2-year-old filly of last season.
All right. So, yeah, she's had a very good campaign up to this point. 6 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. So she's a check earner, and we know she can really flash that late kick at times, like we saw in the Ed Burke last year. So it's all going to be about the start here for Rockin' With Energy.
Yeah, and BP Cartel Policy goes from the outside post position all the way to the inside for the final, has never broken from the inside. So there's a little bit of a query there, and he's not the most effective, consistent horse out of the gate either. So, I don't like abandoning him because he did the job for me in the trial, and he did it very well in the fastest qualifying time. But again, I just think Rockin' With Energy's odds are likely to be that much more attractive this weekend that maybe she's the one to play.
All right, thank you for that analysis. Yes, and BP Cartel Policy listed at 7-2, while Optical Illusion, the runner-up, and the grade 1 Los Alamitos Winter is listed at 3-1 on Ed Burgart's morning line. Okay.
Yes, certainly the chances don't end with the 2 horses I've spoken of. Obviously, a lot of respect for Optical Illusion and several others in what should be a terrific edition of the Winter Derby.
Yeah, I gave a look to even Kicking Famous. I think Ready For It is interesting in gate 4. I think there's a handful of horses that definitely look like they still have room to improve, given that they're just freshly turned 3-year-olds. So yeah, I think there's other options to go here in this spot, and you should get a healthy price on whoever you pick. I don't think anyone's going to get bet down heavily in this field.
No, it's going to be competitive. I think both on the tote board and on the track.
All right. Thank you for that analysis, Michael. Have a good rest of your Thursday afternoon, and I'll see you this weekend at Los Alamitos.
Good on you, mate. Looking forward to it. Hooroo.
Big quarter horse races are here at Los Alamitos. The Winter Series on February 17th and 18th. Top sophomores will race in the Los Alamitos Winter Derby with Grade 1 finalist Optical Illusion and top qualifier BP Cartel Policy leading the field. And in the Brad McKinzie Winter Championship, Jericho London Toby take a swig of this and Scoops Dynasty head the field. And as always, Los Alamitos features night racing's best bets, like our early and late pick 4s, the Winter Derby and Winter Championship. Racing's best, always at Los Alamitos. Year after year, night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos Racecourse. The Los Alamitos early and late pick fours. Both wagers continue to feature outstanding pools in 2024 and terrific payouts. The early pick often has pools of over $180,000, and the late pick four often has pools of more than $150,000. And remember, Los Alamitos still offers the $10,000 pick six promo on Sunday nights. Year after year, night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos. Play them on Saturday and Sunday nights.
Welcome back to the program. Yes, we are going to be talking on this weekend of Grade 1 Winter Derby and Winter Championship, Saturday and Sunday night, respectively. Back in the program here, Chris Wade, your Los Alamitos analyst there each and every night from the simulcast signal. Chris, welcome back to the program. How you doing?
We're doing pretty well. We had our single at Louisiana Downs get home on our late pick four and pick three, so we're gotta close it out there in the eighth and final there at Louisiana Downs. But things are going well, and we got some good races this weekend. Yes,
some good races. We'll talk about that. We talked about that race with Mike Corona. I want to talk about race and rate. What you have a selection for us here on the program. But before I do that, I want to show the photo that I showed during Rona's segment. How about this? He gets bragging rights by half a nostril. You had the 4, Try Harder. You had the 6, Corruptor. And look at that. Look at that nostril photo. Mike Corona got you by a nostril, Chris.
Yeah, they both had trouble, and they both got beat in the neck for a second. We had some big payouts ending there with the 4 and 6, but I came up a little bit short with Maya Rosa's horse breaking very, very well, and our 4 and 6, Michael's and my horse is playing bumper cars early. But
they were. They were kind of leaning on each other. Their own private match race is what they were having.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk Saturday night. Race number 8 is where you're going to take us, and we'll talk about this race right here on the screen. The 300 yards allowance for this race number 8, 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. And you're going towards the classy BF Lizzie Rages, who has been in multiple greatest stakes events.
Yeah, this horse has got some numbers that are very, very competitive in this event. Quality connections, and it's give me one more time horse. He always finds trouble. He always runs relatively well. He ran pretty well 2 races back. He had some trouble from the inside post against a decent group, a solid group last time. And I know he's better in that race in the case. So a clean getaway puts him in the mix, shorting up in distance. And we know it's going to have plenty of bottom to him. So if he gets away clean, he's got a big look at the outcome.
Yeah, let's talk about this replay most recently in the Dashing League. And she had the inside post against this tough field here this night.
Yeah, she got just a little bit fractious there. She kind of leaned back away from the gate and bobbled inward, but lost some ground. You see her lean back in and drift in away from the gate, and under a hand shove early. She shows a nice little turn of foot midway, and basically wraps up onto the final half of the affair when this horse was being outrun against a quality group of horses in the Dashing League. So this horse is better than shown. Was on its own right near the wire. Galloped out pretty well through the turn. So this horse definitely, see the gallop out right there through the turn. This horse is definitely much, much better than shown, and has a look at the outcome. In a closely matched 8 to VIP, I'm going to give this horse a slight edge. A clean getaway puts this horse right there early and right there late.
And, 2 back. Remember that race? I believe that's the race you gave us, Cohesive Cartel, back on December 9th, when that runner won and BF Lizzie Rages ended up finishing a solid second in that event. So it's, she's obviously dropping from stakes events, so this should be a much better level for her.
Yeah, she certainly should. Like we gave out Cohesive Cartel that night, but this horse gave a Cohesive Cartel a run for the money, despite having a little bit of trouble early. Kind of broke in and drifted and brushed away from the gate, but finished well to be a pretty good second in that affair. But that was a quality event. This horse gets away clean tonight, shortening up a distance. Like I said, lots of bottom. The horse will be right there early and late there at 7-2.
Yeah, that's going to be BF Lizzie Rages, Chris' selection and race and rate, part of the Winter Derby card on Saturday night, which features a total of 9 races. Did you look at the Winter Derby? Did you already glance at it? Who do you think it's going to be tough in that spot?
Yeah, the Rail Runner is going to be pretty tough there for Monty Rosa and company, BP Cartel Policy. The other thing factored in, horse had a quality figure on my chart, so slight edge in a closely matched event. And of course, a horse I've given out a number of times, Rocking with Energy, had a good amount of trouble in his trial. This horse gets away clean for Michael Rona. Has a big look to give my horse a run for all the money.
It's going to be a field of 9 in tonight's, Saturday night's Grade 1 Winter Derby. But Chris' selection for the show will be in race number 8. That is BF Lizzie Rages, at 7-2 on the morning line from gate number 5. I did see that Remington Park already started their training races. I've been watching a few of them there through their social media. Great job to their media team for sharing those training races. So that meet is getting close to starting, coming up in March, right?
Yeah, March 7th, they run a Thursday through Sunday program. And like I said, they opened the first day on the 14th. They had like 18 trials and a number of trials the following day as well. So it's a lot of babies getting ready to rumble there when their season starts March 7th, I think it is.
Yeah, and that you'll be doing all that analysis there for the Night Lanes program for the San Casino. So looking forward to that. All right, Chris, thank you for that selection. Best of luck. BF Liz Rages. Let's hope you get a much better break this upcoming Saturday.
Let's certainly hope so. All
right, Chris, have a good night. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Bosh, you have a good night.
Big quarter horse races are here at Los Alamitos. The Winter Series on February 17th and 18th. Top sophomores will race in the Los Alamitos Winter Derby with Grade 1 finalist Optical Illusion and top qualifier BP Cartel Policy leading the field. And in the Brad McKinzie Winter Championship, Jericho, London, Toby take a swig of this and Scoops Dynasty head the field. And as always, Los Alamitos features night racing's best bets, like our early and late pick fours, the Winter Derby and Winter Championship. Racing's best, always at Los Alamitos. Year after year, night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos Racecourse. The Los Alamitos early and late pick fours. Both wagers continue to feature outstanding pools in 2024 and terrific payouts. The early pick often has pools of over $180,000, and the late pick four often has pools of more than $150,000. And remember, Los Alamitos still offers the $10,000 Pick 6 promo on Sunday nights. Year after year, night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos. Play them on Saturday and Sunday nights.
That's right. We have arrived to the weekend of the Grade 1 Winter Series Finals. Welcome back to the program here. Jose Contreras alongside now our Director of Marketing and Publicity at Los Alamitos, that is Orlando Gutierrez. Professor G, how you doing?
Well, Jose, especially after that Super Bowl, I picked the Chiefs to win. It was very close throughout, but once again, Pat Mahomes, what an overtime for him. He was perfect in that overtime, gets that final touchdown, his third Super Bowl victory, Jose.
Nobody has ever gone back to back to back. They've got a legitimate chance to go back to back to back because a lot of the team is going to stay intact. This was a year where they were in a down season, Professor. This is when anybody that had them in front of them was supposed to beat them, and they couldn't. The 49ers couldn't knock them out. I think they'll be back even stronger next year.
Right. Every game was the two big games were on the road against the Bills and the Ravens. They could not get it done. So you're right. It's pretty scary how good this team continues to be with a great coach and just a superb quarterback, one of the greatest of all time.
For sure. He's already in the conversation for sure. Let's talk racing here at Los Al. Mike, we're going to give us a selection in the Derby. So we had a chance to preview that Derby. But I want to talk it with you here as we bring up here the PPs for the Winter Derby here this upcoming Saturday. Field of 9, race 9, 400 yards. BP Cartel Policy ended up posting the fastest qualifying time, Professor. He did it from the outside post. He lugged in. Do you think the inside could be a problem now? He's listed at 7-2 on the morning line.
Yeah, that's where he goes, Jose, with a flipping halter. Also, second-time gelding now. Very impressive as a first-time gelding in those trials. The one thing, like you mentioned, that little bit of lugging in his workout now goes to the inside rail. He did finish strong. One of those situations where the longer the race, the stronger he was looking. I ended up picking him second, Jose. I'm going to go with number 4, Ready For It, because I just love the way this horse showed that quickness out of the gate. And if we look back at past winners of the Winter Derby, Scoops Dynasty from the same barn, take a swig of this as well for Monte Rosa. Those horses break quick. And they don't stop. They continue. So I'm going to see if they're ready for it. From a pretty good spot, gets a tremendous jockey there. Eduardo Nicasio looking for his 100th career stakes win here at Los Alamitos. Maybe he gets it done on the Winter Derby night with number 4, Ready For It.
Ready For It. Out of very good pedigree, bred by Dr. Ed Allred, owned by Junior's Quarter Horses. I was a big fan of both of his siblings. She Goes Up, who made it to the Los Al Oaks. And Up and Adam, who ended up winning, I believe, the Spencer Childers, if I remember correctly, was last year or 2 years ago. So very good pedigree, obviously still improving. So you're going with the other Monte Rosa. I'm going to give the one the nod. BP Cartel Policy, even though he logged in, I think he'll be more professional. Hopefully, second time as a gelding. I was impressed with the way he kicked on. So I do give the nod to BP Cartel Policy. I'll actually go. So I'll mention my top four for the Super. BP Cartel Policy over Optical Illusion, over Kicking Famous, over Ready for It. I thought Kicking Famous is an interesting long shot.
Very good. Very interesting as well. Jose Flores also going for his 100 stakes win here at Los Alamitos. So a couple of horsemen here at Los Al going for some milestone wins. I kept looking at the 6, Rocking with Energy. She's just been so consistent. Prove them at the grade 1 level. I ended up picking her as my 4th choice. I stayed with the 7, Optical Illusion, because just as well, this horse has done some good work at the highest level. This will be his 4th appearance in a stakes race, Jose, and coming off of his best effort in a stakes race, running 3rd in the Los Alamitos 2 million futurity against 2 just outstanding horses. One of them, a champion, the PCQHRA Horse of the Year, Train Station V. The other one, just outstanding in 5 Bar Supreme. So face as good as it gets here at Los Alamitos last year, and ran a solid 2nd against Luxury Brand in the trial, the final trial. Optical Illusion, well placed from post number 7. I'll go with the 4, 1, 7, and the 6, Rocking with Energy, to wrap up my superfecta.
All right, and that's still leaving out horses that you can build a case for. Just pedigree routes, Boardwalk out of Nymph. We know that family line. Just Watcher from that family line of He Looks Hot. She gets the outside post. So a lot of good pedigrees here in this year's Winter Derby. Looking forward to it. That will be going as race number 9 on Saturday night. Talking about Sunday night, Professor, we do have the Grade 1 Brad McKinzie Winter Championship. Before we mention who is going to be in that field, we don't have the post positions order just yet, but we will have the list of who ended up being in that race. We'll wait for the post positions. Before we talk about that, why don't we talk about one of the horses that have been prominent in this race in the years past? We're talking about Apollitical Pence. The great Apollitical Pence was announced as his retirement. He's officially retired.
Officially retired, Jose. We'll have a new winner of the Winter Championship for the first time in 3 years, because Apollitical Pence back-to-back wins in this race. 2-time champion of champions winner, a 12-time stakes winner, Jose, 5-time Grade 1 stakes winner. Look at that record there. Earned over $1.8 million, 20 victories. I think I counted 29 starts in stakes races over the course of his career. Just an iron horse, Apollitical Pence. When we announced the news on our Twitter page, I think one of the comments, it may have been on Instagram, somebody said, I'm going to miss those Sunday night showdowns between Pence and Impressum. And you look back, they faced each other, I believe, 4 times. They ran so many outstanding races against each other. There they are. I think that's a photo from last year's Winter Championship there. Apollitical Pence with Impressum outside. Of course, who will ever forget the 50th running of the Champion of Champions? That time it was Impressum getting the victory in one of the most famous races, as they'll go down in the history of the Champion of Champions. Some outstanding races between Pence and Impressum and so many other great runners here at Los Al.
For sure, over the years, he was as consistent as he came. Of course, we mentioned his accolades in Champions, twice winner of that. And of course, he was a crowd favorite with not only his longevity, but also with the amount of races he raced there at the top of the game. So happy retirement to Apollitical Pence, definitely one of the all-time greats, and obviously made his mark here at Los Alamitos in those great Champion of Champions, and also plenty of duels and matchups with that great Impressum.
I'll just say one thing that Bendy Dunn of Dunn Ranch posted. She said, "We are so excited to get him back to Oklahoma and spoil him forever." Bendy Dunn posted on social media, retiring him sound after 41 stars with never any surgeries. Big thanks to all of his trainers, grooms, jockeys, and fans that helped make him what he is. This from a story posted on Stallion eSearch. Of course, Monte Rosa said what an honor it was to have Apollitical Pence in his barn. A phenomenal horse, And again, he also thanked everybody associated with the horse, the vets, the grooms, the shoers, the jockeys, just the entire team. He was a big part here of a lot of big races here at Los Alamitos. And we'll see now who will take on that mantle now, who will be the next horse to shine here at Los Alamitos after seeing so many great races from Apollitical Pence.
Well, here it is, listed in alphabetical order, the names, the runners that will be looking to get that prestigious Grade 1 Brand McKinzie Winter Championship. That will be coming up on Sunday. Future version, he's Chickless, Jericho, London Toby, Mahomes Magic. Professor, can Mahomes Magic off of that magic of the Chiefs do it
There
done?
you go.
There it is. Marcelo, Mr. Perry Jazz, Mr. Racy Perry, Nevada Charles, Scoops Dynasty, and take a swig of this.
Can you picture that, Jose? 350 yards. Mahomes Magic is behind all those horses, and then in those final 50 yards, some way, somehow, Mahomes Magic gets it done, just like his namesake. And what a field this is. Thing that stands out for me, 4 Grade 1 winners in this group. Jericho, winner of the Los Alamitos Super Derby, Scoops Dynasty, and Take a Swig of This, have won the Winter Derby in the past. So now they're looking to, at the Winter Championship, looking to sweep this series. And of course, London Toby won the Spencer Childers. There you go. 4 Grade 1 winners in this field. Future Version is a stakes winner. He's Chickless is a stakes winner. Marcelo is a stakes place runner. Mr. Racy Perry, Nevada Charles, Mahomes Magic, outstanding, solid horses. It is going to be a dogfight for the Brad McKenzie Los Alamitos Winter Championship with some outstanding runners here. It's going to be a good one.
For sure. It's going to be a good one. Can't wait for it. That's going to be Sunday night. 400 yards will be the final of the Grade 1 Brad McKenzie Winter Championship. And of course, this is still a race that is important not only in itself, Professor, but also because it holds weight towards the Grade 1 champions coming up in December.
And we've talked about, what a key thing for a horse to get that early birth, because now that changes so much in their planning. They can pick and choose some races. There's not that much pressure now, of maybe going consecutive back-to-back races trying to get that berth, because this can go a long way into securing a spot into the champions this year. Jericho has been in the champion of champions in the past. London Toby has been in the champion of champions. Dynasty, Take a Swig of This, ran a big race in the champion of champions as well. I'm looking, it's going to be pretty interesting for a horse like He's Chickless, because he's a stallion, Jose. So if he continues to, produce some really nice races at this high level, that's big for him, as a stallion for a future career. And it takes me back also to the night of the PCQHRA Awards banquet, when we had the connections. He's Chickless won a couple of awards at the banquet, and Dana Cullum, daughter of the great Ron Harley, gets up and says, "Thank you for accepting the award as champion 3-year-old colt for He's Chickless." She said, if my dad was here, he wouldn't be getting this award because my dad would have made him a gelding, But, because of course, Muniz was a gelding and ran so many great races. He's Chickless, still a complete horse, a stud. We'll see how much more he does, because he's done some really nice things already. And now taking on the big boys here in the Winter Championship.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. He's definitely one of the horses that tends to break well. He likes to show that gate speed. He's always a threat because of that gate speed. So thank you for sharing that story. That's a nice tidbit there from the awards. Before we wrap up the program, Professor, as we bring it back here, I remember I forgot to give out my selection for the show as far as the horse that I like for this. So think about your selection. While you think about that, I want to show a replay here, and we're going to go to race number 2 early in the program. I'm going with the thoroughbred here for Saturday night, and it's going to be race number 2. I'm going to New Park. So here is the PPs of New Park. New Park. So this is the for sale sign, the ultimate for sale sign, right, Professor? Dropping from 6,250 to 2,500. But this horse, I think this is the night to get done. I'm going to show the replay here for the last time out, January 21st, where he was the betting favorite against 6,250 claimers. But the entire race changed at the start. New Park had the rail here in this replay. And watch how he's going to almost kind of hesitate and break slowly from that inside post. And at this point, he's he has to be ridden along to get into contention. But once he tries to show speed here along the rail, the outside runners are kind of coming in on the inside of him. He gets to steady and right around there. And at that point, his race is pretty much over. The rider doesn't have a lot of room to work with. He's not shoving on him. He's not asking him for his best. And this horse at his best is when he grabs the lead. So, and when he wasn't able to grab the lead last time out in this spot, his race was pretty much over. So I'm going to draw a line through that race as he ended up a beaten favorite. But I think if he gets back to breaking like he did 2 or 3 starts ago, his speed will carry him in a much better spot versus this group. So New Park is going to be my best bet of the night, Professor. That's going to be race number 2 for Keith Craigmile and Mike Flory.
Mike Flory, one of our top owners of horses around the turn of all time here at Los Alamitos, a former champion owner here at Los Al as well. New Park, in the Los Alamitos Nightlines, you do the excellent commentary. I join you and make selections on there as well. I also have at the bottom, I do a little press box note and also pick who I think is going to be on the lead. I pick New Park to show the speed in this race.
Okay.
Like you said, when he does that, it's a different ball game for him.
It really is. So I'm going to take a stand. That's going to be my pick 4 single for the early pick 4. I'm going with New Park in race number 6. Did you already finalize your pick 4s for the Nightlines, Professor?
I did, Jose. And one of my key plays in that late pick 4 in race number 7 is the number 6, Apolitical Power, another Eduardo Nicasio and Monte Rosa combination. 2 races back, Jose, this filly ran second to AB Wow at Ruidoso Downs in a 440-yard race, showed good speed, then went back to third, and then finished nicely there to run second to AB Wow. AB Wow, the beautiful, great horse that qualified to a couple of Grade 1 races here at Los Alamitos. I think he ran third in the Golden State Million Futurity as well. Then from there, Apolitical Power goes to Lone Star Park. There, 4th place facing fillies. Now, Power Jam, if you remember, this horse produced some really nice fillies that qualified to the Los Alamitos Oaks last year, including the fastest qualifier. I think both of the fillies that are representing Power Jam may have won trials here in the Los Alamitos Oaks trials. So we've seen that this runner can produce horses that are fast out of the gate and can hold that speed. Apolitical Power did just that in a workout here at Los Alamitos, going against La Famosa Vaquera. Didn't break super fast out of the gate, but was able to make up ground the longer the race went. It's a 300-yard race, short race, needs to break fast. I think against this level of opposition, should have enough early on to do a good showing in race 7.
All right, Apolitical Power, and I did pick her 3rd in my selections. If you're looking, I thought the 2 was interesting there as well. Placation, another fresh horse coming in from Ruidoso. Look at the trial she was entered last time out at Ruidoso. It included Train Station V, the eventual winner of the Golden State Million and 2 Million Futurity. And I believe Train Station V ended up finishing 2nd in the Ruidoso Futurity. But just the pedigree on this one, Corona Cartel out of All About Ease, that makes this one a full sister to her brother, of course, Shazak. Remember Shazak? He won the Edbrook Million and the Los Al Super Derby. So pedigree-wise, I think we still haven't seen the best of the 2.
And All About Ease, a stakes winner. I think she ended up making maybe around 200,000, maybe even more. It was a really nice filly.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. So Apolitical Power and Placation for both of us there in race number 7. All right, Professor, give me the lowdown. How many people, of course, all 30 calendars go out as far as
all
everybody?
30 calendars have gone out, absolutely. All 30 calendars did go out. A lot of people that went with Amor for a reason. And some of them said, I know I'm kind of cheating here, but, I want that calendar, so I'm going for it. So we did send them out. So if you got an email back from us saying you got a calendar on the way, they're in the mail. They're in the mail. You'll get them very, very soon. Good to see a lot of people responding and keeping track. More for a Reason was, of course, one of the top selections. Freddie. A lot of people picked Freddie as well. uh, uh, the Crown horse. I can't remember the name right now. Heath Taylor's horse.
Yeah.
AJ Crown.
AJ Crown.
Yeah, a lot of people selected him as well. So calendars are out, everyone. You'll be getting your calendar very, very soon.
Thank you for that update. And we suspected Amore for a reason was going to be a popular selection, and she came through with flying colors. So an interesting note about that I noticed about those trials, Professor. We rarely get this, but I believe the top 5 ended up being the individual trial winners of each of those trials, right?
Yeah. Every trial winner was right up there in the top 4 of the times. Of course, a great night for the barn of Adan Farias and Rodrigo Aceves. That's right. Back-to-back wins. SM Jess Corona pick 1 win, and then Relief Factor with the other victory. Like you mentioned, Fusea and Amor for a Reason also there to complete the fastest qualifiers there for the Los Alamitos Maiden Stakes. And that's going to happen next week. So we don't have to wait too long to see these runners back. Next week, will be the final for the Los Alamitos Maiden Stakes, February the 25th.
Sounds good. So that's going to be a quick turnaround for those runners. Looking forward to that final as well. So stakes here coming up not only this weekend at Los Al with the winter finals, but also we have the Maiden Stakes next weekend. All right, I think that pretty much does it here for this weekend, Professor. Anything else you want to add?
6:10 p.m. first post on Saturday night. And like we mentioned, we're still waiting for the entries for Sunday. Those will be on our website shortly on Thursday afternoon. So looking forward to a good weekend, the Winter Derby Saturday, and the championship here on Sunday night. We'll crown a new winter champion since Apollitical Pence has retired. And we'll also crown a new Grade 1 Stakes winner in the Winter Derby. None of those horses have won a Grade 1 yet, so that'll be interesting as well.
All right, thank you for all those updates, Professor. Good talking to you as always, and I'll talk to you this weekend down at Los Alamitos.
Thanks so much, Jose. Have a great day.
Big quarter horse races are here at Los Alamitos. The Winter Series on February 17th and 18th. Top sophomores will race in the Los Alamitos Winter Derby with Grade 1 finalist Optical Illusion and top qualifier BP Cartel Policy leading the field. And in the Brad McKinzie Winter Championship, Jericho London Toby take a swig of this and Scoops Dynasty head the field. And as always, Los Alamitos features night racing's best bets, like our early and late pick 4s, the Winter Derby and Winter Championship. Racing's best, always at Los Alamitos. Year after year, night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos Racecourse. The Los Alamitos early and late pick 4s. Both wagers continue to feature outstanding pools in 2024 and terrific payouts. The early pick often has pools of over $180,000, and the late pick 4 often has pools of more than $150,000. And remember, Los Alamitos still offers the $10,000 pick 6 promo on Sunday nights. Year after year, night racing's best bets are at Los Alamitos. Play them on Saturday and Sunday nights.